dear was such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. G-U-I-A-N-A. Oh, that's my beautiful country. G-U-I-A-N-A. One people, one nation, one destiny. Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. I don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. G-U-I-A-N-A. Oh, that's my beautiful country.
It's too much. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing there?
How you all there? How you all doing? Good morning, folks. Sorry about that. False start, folks. False start. False start. False start.
False start. Rewind and come again.
Yep. Good to have you folks here with us. Double checking to make sure.
Yes, guys. Good to have you. Let us know in the comment section there. Technicians, check in. Let me know if
It's
you're
month
here
10.
with
It's
us.
month 10 because it's month 10.
You know, you give us. We can have an excuse this morning.
Yes, because it's month 10.
We're gonna have an excuse this morning. It's month 10. Don't worry.
Because it's month 10. Welcome.
Don't worry. I'm going back for the top.
Yeah.
Video and everything.
Yeah.
I'm starting this all over again.
Yeah.
Good. As we come back,
As we come back,
guys, you know, good morning. Welcome to FYI.
Welcome.
For your
Good to see
information.
so many of you. Good morning.
Guys,
Good morning.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Wednesday. Wednesday being the middle of the week, and
Beautiful
today
Wednesday.
happens to be the end of the month. So it is the 31st of August 2022. We are done with August. And guess what? We were just saying if we were to put a theme or a name to the month of August, we're going to say month of revelation.
Yeah.
A lot of things were revealed in August, you know.
Correct. It was that kind of month.
Sure, this by the end of the month, you're having 2 cups.
Couldn't decide what I wanted this morning. So.
Good morning, Ayabo. Ayabo, whilst we were muted, we were giving you a shout out, saying
yeah, believe it or not,
to you over
Yorkshire,
there. Good morning from us.
So
Good
here it
afternoon
again.
to you.
Take the HS. Yeah.
Yes.
Yorkshire.
Ganesh Paul watching us from his lovely bed this morning.
Yes.
You know,
Ganesh, how you doing? Glad you were here, helping us along. But you know, y'all.
You know,
right?
y'all. Did you just class Ganesh with the Jagabats?
Yeah.
Liable, right? Slag not liable.
He creeping up.
Hey everyone. Good morning, Magnell Barrow. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Hope all is well. Rimingo Garway.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Penelope Hudson. Hey Penelope, what's going on? I love that name, you know. Penelope Hudson.
Good name. It's a good name.
I don't know. It's just,
I got strong.
it has a good ring to it. Gwyneth Anderson. Good morning to you, Gwyneth and Gladstone Matthews, Selena Fraser, this is MP Duncan. Check your DAM messages.
Madame messages. All right. Okay.
Paulian Schultz is there. You know, Sharon get the pull for fitness this morning. Joylyn Thompson.
I'll let you insist.
Says watching from Brooklyn. Hey,
I wish I was there.
Is it
wish I was in the Brooklyn
Stay on
front.
Benjamin says good morning. Diane Graves, Andy in the house this morning. Also, Aubrey Lennox.
Morning,
Akeem
Diane.
Peter. Hey, Akeem.
Yes. Akeem, how are you doing? Akeem is the former deputy mayor of the National Capital City Municipality of Georgetown.
You say it the right way.
Yep. Say the official way.
The official
Morning,
way.
Chief. Good morning. Welcome.
So
welcome,
are you?
Akeem. Yeah. Lifetime ago.
This morning I was going to do some shares.
Yeah.
Is this your stored? It's not your stories.
The
Through your
feature.
the cover
Cover
photo, yeah,
photo.
cover
Yeah.
photos.
Fast.
And I saw all your posting from since Deputy Mayor days.
Yes. As
He
old head
out and
out there,
about, you know.
As old head.
He had boots on the
Old head in
ground.
this business.
At one point, he was, I think, lying on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. So we got doing this tongue. Just trying to make to pass you. Just got do what you got to do in this tongue, folks. Just got to do what you got to do. Folks, welcome. Welcome to our home. Welcome to our morning table. Got a couple of things we want to share with you guys. Suk Chan, Sudhari. Good to have you, Suk Chan.
Carpenter boys, the prostitutes strike again.
Yeah. It's Carpenter boy word. Prostitutes. Done it early o'clock.
I see Sonia Maske is on this morning.
Yeah.
And love the tangerine color on his. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got a little wine red in case you missed this.
That's what you got on this, Sharon.
Burgundy wine red thing. In case you miss it.
In case you miss it.
In case you miss it. In case the color confused.
See Marlon sound dress. Love your color.
Yeah. Marlon got a little wine red in in case you miss it, right?
Clifton
marvelous wine red, but I tell you now.
Love your top sis.
Yeah. I did too.
If y'all didn't notice it,
I did have a little wine red, you know. Clifton, you have a little wine red. A little jacket that's Freddie envy. It's the jacket for Freddie. My suits. Grudge my suits. Mark Allman. Yep. Shirley Juice Attendry is here. Glenford Gordon, I see. Marcel Dennis is here, or is it Micheline? You know, Marcel, I think it's Elizabeth Howard is here too, and Mark Dover.
Yes, I see Mark Dover there. I see Glenford Gordon there very early this morning. Hey, Glenford and Colin McKenzie, guys. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's a pleasure to be here with you in the morning. I look forward to coming out here in the morning and spending this time with you. It's good. It's good interaction. It's good energy. I love it.
Believe it or not.
I see LeVorn Joseph also said, I remember that story when he lay on the ground. What was it for again, Sharon?
Yeah, something with the
salaries.
Yeah, the workers.
For the workers.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay the people. It's got to be got on behalf of the people.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I think you did lock some lecturers out of university.
You got this. My biography can be protest alive. Protest alive. That's it.
Yeah, but it seems to be the only thing that people understand.
Yeah. Brute force.
If you just go decently and submit the paperwork and ask decently, it doesn't happen.
You lock a gate or two, things.
Yeah, suddenly. The media is there.
Yeah. You lie down across a bridge. See? You go front page. That actually made front page stuff. It was the same photograph.
Okay.
Just so.
They were shocked. They were shocked.
Shocked. Shocked.
Quite
different.
Sometime. Good time.
Saif Ali, good to see you, Saif, and Veronica Primo Rollins. You know, we love all of you guys, and we're happy that you guys come around and you share breakfast. It's a little confusing.
We have been rebellious, both of us.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's the show here. That's the show here.
We've been rebellious. We've been quite a rebellious bunch, but we stand for principle. I think that's the most important part. You stand for principle, the position of principle. I remember.
Unless you're tired anymore, like look. Yeah. Ganesh says the rain was falling. That was a day, Ganesh. Ganesh was there 24 Friday.
But he didn't join the protest action of itself.
Yeah. He was participating.
Did he lie down?
No.
The beauty battle.
Yeah, see them decent people, man. You know, like them decent protesters. Sweet boy protesters. Beryl, we see you. Beryl Crawford, moving on. Sweet boy protesters. Ganesh and crew. Chevron, McCalman. You know, those folks, man, what's the party name?
Standard bearer? No, he was a standard bearer.
I think they had the large symbol. The Mason symbol, the large.
Hey, don't get wild. Good.
Look at it.
That was.
Student factor.
Yeah, that was
student factor. Yeah. Really tried there. Really tried student factor. I make it fire.
He did lock some people out to you, don't worry.
Student factor.
He locked the door.
It's a difference.
He locked the door so the class could not be in session.
Yes. There's some who lock gates and some who lock doors.
Yes.
Different.
Guys.
Ganesh morning, folks. Wherever around the world you folks are joining.
We didn't just jump into this.
We're reflecting on our UG years. You know, that's a book by itself.
Yeah.
University of Ghana alive. I saw the former, Ghana should recognize him too, the former chancellor. He's now on the NRF board after Lamy doned them.
Lamy, they're friends.
When you can't get a Lamy, you take a bone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what they did. Yes.
Yeah. Judy was in USA. Oh, it's Judy them had a large symbol.
Don't get wild, Cheryl. So this was
Judy party had a large symbol. It's large.
We had no such thing. We had no such thing. But
compass
Sharon and Ganesh both went around and told me.
Large.
But I forgive them because we did them much worse.
It's just true that large just started over there.
We did.
It's a large.
The second time we contested the election, we won. So
after proper people didn't run in.
Which proper? Ganesh was running.
I said same thing. Folks, let's have this show. Reflecting on UG years, and we can have some of y'all. We actually went to UG, we didn't follow in 2nd year. We completed the thing. And graduated, because a lot of people do 4 years but they didn't graduate. We graduated.
A lot of people do 4 years and can't, and all of that.
And can't graduate, is that too? I got to finish up my master's now. Julia went ahead. I step aside and let the young ones pass.
Ganesh, so, I'm gonna take Ganesh to the cybercrime unit.
Yes, Ganesh and I gotta go back and finish up.
Ganesh in the comments section says Juliet was a terrorist.
Yeah, it's true. She reformed now. She was a prostitute. She reformed now.
I just made sure
she reformed now.
I took stock of what the mistakes I was made in the first election and made sure that it didn't happen again.
She's not cantankerous. She cantankerous.
What did she say?
Which party earphone wires in it? That's interesting.
Oh my goodness, we all would like to know.
Yeah, we want some friends from earphone from IFLAC University. Y'all
to have these chit chats.
Y'all step forward and let us know. We want to include you on this kind of conversation too. What we got in the morning, People Street?
Yes, just bare tennis roll, Clifton.
Yes. Your thing costs living up here, can't afford cheese.
I was having a tennis roll this morning. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm pressing live. I'm pressing go live. I was like, wait, let me swallow.
Oh yes. I almost got a tennis roll more. Big tennis roll. Bigger than treat the head. Dry down and some black tea.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the days, folks. If we come back, come back. Dry down and some black tea.
Goodness.
We can make do until until father comes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, guys,
Colin Moore said wants to know if Evan competed UG. Of course not. He followed in 2nd year. That's where he ended up at IFLAC.
There's nothing at IFLAC.
Yeah. And he didn't get a diploma. He followed clean out.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they move it because when you go and check this spot, it's just space. So, they move it. Interestingly, Irfan's PhD supervisor now heads the goal program here. Interestingly enough.
Right? Really?
You take that space.
This
Upper Day. Jacob
I
used
never
to be
say it right.
Vice Chancellor, University of Ghana too.
Yeah, I know that.
Ended up being his allegedly his doctoral supervisor at UE. Interestingly enough. And Upper Day had gotten also a grant under the government to do some software program for the High Court. Never completed that as far as I know. And also now he's back in charge of goal. You see, it pays to be Irfan's dissertation supervisor.
Okay. I guess.
And
what was the dissertation? What was the title of that?
I don't know. I
don't know either.
I don't know. Clearly he's not securing a member for the NRF. Clearly it wasn't anything to do with that. Let me say, I ain't feeling it.
He had other priorities.
Yeah. At home, things have changed at home. Yeah.
Yep. So let us have that and let us go straight into the morning papers, guys. Let's go straight to the morning papers. Wednesday. It's the end of August. Let's go out of August. Let's leave August with a boom.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything is upbeat. Let us start off September month tomorrow. High spirit.
Right?
It's Thursday.
Still broke. Right?
How are you getting along? Sharon? How are you getting along?
I passed Lambert Street last night and I watched this thing. I say, no.
Look more hard than usual. It's serious. Yeah. How are you managing? How are everyone managing?
That's how you manage without a salary.
Yeah.
Right? You just pray and ask for the help. I think we haven't tried that and black tea and black tea. Naomi said she never had black tea and tried that. Right?
How am I Naomi?
Naomi grew up push, as a friend of mine was saying, not posh, push. Ashoka Singh, yep, push. Folks, but quite a couple of things in the morning paper.
Yes, let's get
hungry and all, broken all, we can let y'all know. What's going on?
I see Ganesh is saying share it, our friend and sister Mary Noel.
Bernice, yes.
Died.
Tremendous historian. Folks, we want to alert you to that as we were coming on. Thanks, Ganesh, for reminding us. We saw that Sister Noel Meniz has died. She left her last stint at university as emeritus professor. Fantastic woman. Fantastic understanding of Guyanese history. Fantastic academic. And lived her entire life in the service of her country and humanity. Fantastic woman. She has a beautiful compilation of how to go about doing research, which I think has become the Bible for university students locally on how you must go about doing academic research work. And her academic work too stands out and its own test along the greats like McGowan and Alvin Thompson, David Granger even. But Noel Meniz, as a woman in the profession and as a nun, a Catholic nun, dedicated her whole life to helping others in that way, did fantastic work academically. Fantastic work. Dr. Noel Meniz.
Well, and she's going to leave behind that great legacy that you're speaking of right now.
Yeah.
And that's how we all should live. That
fantastically humble people, humble
legacy.
Woman.
Yeah.
You know, some people your friend only said, I can see if I get a PhD from this university for you. And they done high. That woman's humble. But I think the vows of the order in which she is, like all nuns, is poverty, chastity, and obedience, and they live, so humbly, and she exuded that lifestyle and really helped a lot of people academically and otherwise, Fantastic woman, fantastic, and sad to see her go.
Yeah.
Sad to see her go. I get a sense, Julia, whether it's because of all of this stuff we've been complaining of, we play with these days, tomato virus and foot to mouth and all these different things. I think generationally, I feel like there's a changing of the guard, generationally. But I like some of us saying some of the new guards. You look at Irfan yesterday, like to this nation, trying to articulate why David Lamb is no longer interested in the NRF, and fumbling along and say this is a new guard, he'll be in trouble. Right? You look at Utah, who's supposed to be at the forefront of diplomacy in this country and foreign affairs. Man, they're showing away black drums somewhere in Timbuktu. Right? Black tank. That's where they fight. He ain't got nothing to do over that foreign affairs. Right? He went till someplace to show one black tank.
It's how they like to meddle. How they like to meddle and micromanage everything. That's why they're that. At one point, he was sharing out sanitary pads to some girls in the school. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. If that's what he wants to do, maybe he should focus on that. That seems to be his passion. That kind of work. And leave foreign affairs to actually the people who know, the technical experts, as you always say. But clearly, this new guard here is a lot to be desired. We've lost a couple of people just in the last week, people of significance just in the last week. And
he's probably just there to sign off papers at foreign affairs. The decisions are made and then sent over. It's
sad how youth.
I don't know. I don't see how else it goes.
Youth, I think, is financial crone the song. Youth is wasted on the young, and then you look at start wasting himself away. He could be doing something probably. He could have. It's like you couldn't handle it to a regional official and you go on to do something.
Yep.
Actually, within your portfolio.
That is the reason why there are three different tiers when it comes to governance.
There's all the tiers. There's all the tiers. All in one. All the tiers.
Anything that has to be done at the local level, the local government body is there.
Yeah.
It's this function, its role is set up to deal with those things.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be there?
Yeah.
And you know absolutely no business being there.
There is so much happening in the world, in international relations, that Todd should be helping us to make sense of as a country. And he's absolutely silent. Absolutely silent. He's absent from all of the, for instance, he should have been beating the pavement in terms of explaining to Guyanese what was the outcome of some of these engagements with Irfan Ali and what's his name, his counterpart in Trinidad quite recently, Keith Rowley.
Yeah.
What are the outcomes of that? But that is sharing with black tongues. Black tongues. That is anything to look down on in and of itself. But our foreign affairs minister should be busy
with foreign affairs work. You see, you following the greats like
Shredat Ramphal, sorry, Stratford Clement Roy, Shredat Ramphal and Rashley Jackson and, you know, those greats in that ministry. Carl Greenwich, you know, should be every free time he should got a book reading.
Yeah.
But Madeleine Albright and Brzezinski and those folks, he just share black tax.
Share black tank or educate myself. Share black tank.
And he learning curve long. Is it steep, long? Whatever the case may be. Right? You can get into that point if you really take off. Right? Learning curve. But this is what we got to face with this country. It's like a mismatched people. I said a mismatched people. And people want to be able to make sense of the world. You know, make sense of what's happening economically. Make sense of what's happening in international relation and trade and so on. But Todd, that is not it. That is not it.
Yeah.
Right? As somebody saying there, Todd, Naomi saying, Todd don't look like he wants to be there. Simone Hooper says smoke, screen and mirrors. It's true.
Yeah. And that's
it's
the politics.
True. Smoke, screen and mirrors.
It's crazy.
Right?
But guys, let's head into the morning papers, you know, because oh my goodness, we can spend forever on this, you know. But if we're to review the month of August, that by itself is crazy. But the first thing we want to touch on is police officer in custody over the death of the motorcyclist, and this is the man that died there after being hit by the police officer was driving the vehicle at the head of the Borpis River Bridge there. So they said now that the police officer is in custody, we're going to try and follow up and see where that goes from there. But a life was lost, you know.
There was an early reporting too that suggested. Some folks were wanting to suggest that the man was looking back on it.
Yeah, the relatives were very outraged at that bit of reporting.
Oh boy.
The relatives were outraged with that. So let us see how the investigation moves forward for that. But at this point in time, they said the police officer is in custody.
And you know, I think like the folks who administrate that bridge, including the government who got a say, needs to do a little bit more because it's like the second or third accident on the Barbies Bridge or in this vicinity in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that is a cause for concern.
Yeah.
That's a cause for concern.
Yep.
Right? If that bridge is out for any period of time outside of the schedule opening and that kind of stuff, because it's mayhem on that side.
Yeah.
And, you know, if something is wrong that says, I got a car who crashed on the bridge, two vehicles. Now this guy just in the vicinity of the ramp to get onto the bridge there. You know, you got to look at that. Is it signage? What is it?
Gotcha.
Right? To say that people slow down, what have you. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And person needs to look at it and you need to be very proactive. It's already in the reactive stages, but you have to do something now before it gets worse. It's very serious. I think the lawlessness, you don't want lawlessness at those junctures.
Correct.
Bridges and those things. It's crazy. But as we move forward, you know, LBA businessman remanded over the murder of wife. We've been covering this, and I know that the
Quincy Roach,
he did appear before the court and was remanded.
Charged and remanded.
For the murder of his wife.
Yeah,
I know. This conversation is large and wide. I mean,
this is Cecilia Dazel. Horrific.
And I did speak, you know, to a lot of my male friends, and they all said the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People are outraged. That why would you do that?
Yeah, but you know, it's like when you go to church, and we had this discussion after the show yesterday morning. Because, you know, the ladies were very, very, very concerned about this and the prevalence of it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this, you know, when you go to church, you're hearing this sermon, but you think, oh, if Sharon was only here, this is for he, you know, if Ganesh is only here, this sermon is for he about sharing all your earthly possessions with your fellow parliamentarians. This sermon is for he, right? We don't often apply to ourselves. And I was telling Jurita, when I heard about, what's the word the sister used? It was a narcissist.
Yeah.
Right? I had to ask myself, Lord, is it I? You know, because often we think these things apply to other people, but in my relationship, do
you have any traits like that? Or
do I have any traits like this in my own relationship? Right? Not for y'all gonna say, I know somebody like that, right? And Amanda did make the point yesterday, both men and women can be narcissists.
Yeah.
And instead of looking at somebody else and say, oh, this ex I got, this is a good thing I left you stepping up in this direction. Right? I mean, some of you yourself got some of the traits that somebody can say, I look at my own life and ask myself, you know, Father, is it I? The scripture says, is it I? Right? Look at my own life. And so, that was to me the teachable moment for myself. Because sometimes we are often, it's Dr. Stephen Covey who says, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, who says we judge the other person by their actions, but we judge ourselves by our intentions. We intended to do good, we intended to do right. But the other person, so we just step up. Right? Is it I? Am I a narcissist?
Yeah,
What
and that simply means, and Naomi, we're going to take that music down for you and not. I noted your comment. But we do take those things for granted, the way in which we look at things, and believe it or not, that's the same way in which people look at you. People don't judge you based on your intention. You judge yourself based on your intention. But people judge you based on your action, what they're seeing blatantly, boldly out there. So whilst you're judging people by their actions, they're judging you by your actions. Nobody's trying to see what was intentions and all of those things. So it's very complex how behavior, studying human behavior. It's a huge platform. And one of the things that I've learned very early on is to first figure out who I am. And there's tons of research out there, but I particularly like a bit of studies that I did when it comes to identifying my personality type, right? And there's literally a test. You have to go and you take tests, you take some tests, and the best that there is, I would recommend that is 16personalities.com. They do a test in which they would, out of 100 questions, after you've answered 100 questions, they say that this is a personality type that best describes you. And it's crazy because when you take the test, you get the results, you're like, wow. When you're reading who these people are, you're like, this is me, right? And I've had a couple of people take that test and they all had the same reaction. Like, this is me. Like, these people really know who I am. So, and believe it or not, your compatibility with people and who you easily can relate to, the different personality types that you can relate. It's a big thing. It's a whole big science. So we need to understand ourselves. That's the bottom line. Before we go out there trying to judge anybody else.
Well, quite a situation, as Trudy said. The young man was charged and remanded to prison.
An entire life lost. Well, 2 lives, because I would rather suspect that after everything that he would be off to prison. And questions. What you question. You see people out there, looking like they're normal. Looking like the clock in their brain is ticking right, but you don't know that it's like a walking time bomb, right there, interacting with you on a daily basis and so forth.
Correct.
So again, our condolences to the family, to her family, because I don't know how long they're going to take. This is as tough a time as it could be, and support needs to be given. If you know the family or so forth, give tremendous support. It's a very difficult time for them.
Correct.
Correct. As we move forward, guys, one of the things I want to just touch on a little bit, last and Sharon had some mixed feelings with something. Well, today I'm having a little bit of probably the same. We did a report prior that there was a Trinidadian company that was taking over the taxi service there at the Marriott. And I see today Starbuck News is actually putting forward there that the service that is going to be taking, that the company that's going to be taking over the service is Answer McCall.
Wow.
And Answer McCall is saying that Answer McCall is saying that and they're saying that their workforce is always 100% Guyanese and so forth. And basically they're very hurt over a lot of the reports that they've been seeing. They said that they think it's unfair for them. No, let me go down this one. They said it's unfair for them to be branded foreign, given that its local workforce is 100% Guyanese, and it has been that way for 30 years that it has operated here. So,
but is Answer McCall owned by Guyanese?
No, well, Answer McCall.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
It is still factual that it is a Trinidad-based conglomerate. That's the company, Answer McCall, and they have been here, like they're rightly saying, for 30 years. And what I can also say is that Answer McCall has done a lot of they've been doing a lot in Guyana when it comes to what they are specialized in. My difficulty now, and I will say it here, is that we have to, I don't know if this is the right terminology that I should be using, but we have to find a way to share the corn, to say the least, right? Yes. Because I know Answer McCall is a huge company, And when you look at it, and as you know, I just said a Trinidad-based conglomerate, when it comes to this particular service, taxi base and so forth, I am of the impression that other businesses, other small, medium scale businesses needs to be given a more level, balanced playing field so that they have an equitable opportunity to actually tap in on resources, and it needs not to be saturated just so that a huge company should be benefiting in this area. So I support Ansi McCall a whole lot. They've been doing an excellent job and all of that. I have to say that, but I do believe that when it comes to those type of businesses, those type of services, then it's other small and medium scale businesses should be given the opportunity to do that. So
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah. What
agree with
happens
that.
to all of the drivers
I
who are
had this
who are playing that who are out there? You
And
know,
this is a position I have, and I could say this further. This is a
say it
position I
further.
have that this is my general position on these things. I think huge companies shouldn't have any business, just trying to hug all of these things to themselves. Because, and I did have this issue when it comes to even an issue at Parliament, when I learned that it was a large company that was actually given the contract to supply meals to Parliament. I was most upset about it because it is my belief that small and medium scale businesses should be solely those persons there. So, guys, I still stand by what I'm saying there. I'm still standing by what I'm saying there, but it is what it is right about now, and I see that direction. But I have to say that again, I'm going to make the call again. I restate my position that unless there's equitable access to the opportunities out there, then we can't say that we're doing things fairly. And let me just break it down a little bit. You can't say that, oh, it's a level playing field. It's equal. Equal simply means those of you who are that has already grown big and established, those are the persons that will benefit a whole lot. So by giving equal access in those things, you're not doing anything for people that are not already in the game. You are still intentionally locking them out. You have to make the access equitable. So those who needs a little bit more support gets a little bit more support as against those who are already there and established. That's the only way we're going to move forward. That's the only way we're going to see balance and any sense of development throughout the country. That's just the truth. Hey, Jacob, I see you there in the comment section. So happy birthday to you. I hope all is well there. And we're going to be having a little special guest with us this morning. Pop in. I love these type of guests, that just come in and share their smiles and all of those things. We love them. So happy birthday to you, Jacob, everybody. Wish Jacob a happy birthday there in the comment section. I see Candice and Ryan, she on the ball. I hope all is well. And Yolanda also saying happy birthday to you there, Jacob. So guys, we love to know when it's your birthday, when you're celebrating those milestones. We want to know if the times are difficult, if you're having a bit of sadness, a bit of struggles. Let us know. Let us all give support to each other. That's why we're here. Marlon, I see you there in the comment section also. Marlon and Sharon Alfonso Evans. Guys, we are preparing to get a special guest on with us this morning. So in the meantime, share the stream. I see Cheryl is there also in the comment section, and Yvonne Ramasar. Hey, Yvonne, how are you doing? I'm so happy that you're here with us this morning. I can't remember seeing you yesterday, Yvonne. I'll check in with you. I see Chising Henry is there. Chising always there with emojis. Love it, Chising. I see Coretta there in the comment section as well. And Sharon, I missed that surname. Apologies, my dear. Coretta Reynolds is there in the comment section, and Aubrey Lennox also. So guys, when we put up the screen is when we just shuffling things a bit around a little bit. So just bear with us for a couple seconds whilst you share the stream. I am going to give you a couple seconds. I'm going to look to see if the shares is going up. I just got to see if the streams is going up. What the hell am I saying? But we're going to have such a good discussion. And the person that's here this morning, I think this is quite an interesting morning for her to pop in, because her area of expertise is what we've been focusing on since yesterday. So I'm so happy that she's here to share with her thoughts as to what is as to this issue that we're dealing with. So share, I'm not seeing my shares going up as much as I want to see it, I'm monitoring there in the comment section. Share, share, share. I call people out by name. I gotta start like sharing. This is some bad ways. Aubrey. Hey, Don Johnson, did you share the stream already, Don? I hope so. I hope you did. I hope Don has done his part.
Make it right, Don. Make it right. Make it right.
All right.
Make it right, Don. Make it right. We have a special young lady with us this morning. Very special young lady.
Extremely special.
And I think we're gonna come back, right?
Yes.
I think so. One and only.
Ta-da!
Morning, Natasha. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Dorita. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Put
Welcome
some
back. We did
energy,
say,
effort into this bright color. We did say.
Yes.
we did say, come off then. So, we took us up on that. Folks,
Yes.
MP Natasha Singles. Producer
Yes.
for around the table this morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me, folks. I was threatened. I don't want a bell in my chest.
Yes. Happy.
Sometimes
Happy to hear that.
I am trying to figure out the Creole to that. One bell in your chest. I am here this morning.
Good. Without injury.
Without injury.
Without it. Happy to taking us through the morning papers.
But actually, we were just moving forward, and just before Natasha got here, and I just want to views on this a little bit, because Natasha, I know that you have an organization, Sister Support, and I have to say that we have been looking a whole lot about the most recent incident, murder of that young woman, I think 18 16 stab wounds, if I'm to be mistaken.
16, yes.
Yeah, 16 stab wounds. And I know, Natasha, you have your organization reached out and tried to support women that is in certain situations. So what are your thoughts on this matter?
It's really, it's really a sad situation. I really felt that for that young lady in so many ways. I listened to the voice note. You can hear her screaming for help. She actually used the words training. She needed mentorship. She needed somebody to mentorship for mentorship for her. But in actual fact, what she's saying is that if there is somebody that can give me guidance, somebody who can counsel me and take me out of this situation. It's sad that she took 2 years, because I noted that she's been in this relationship for 2 years. It's sad that it took her so long to understand the character that she was dealing with. It's sad that her life ended. And for him too, because I've always said that we cannot address this issue in a one-sided way. We have to talk to the men about the men, and we have to address those at a policy level. Let me say that I've noticed since this happened last week that folks have taken an attack on the family because the voice note was sent to the sister. But if we put that into context, it's something I feel so bad, because you never know the trauma that somebody is going through losing a loved one. And then you are in your self-righteous manner adding pressure on that family. And it's widespread that the family didn't do anything for this girl. But understand, like she said, when you are in a relationship, only then you know how it feels. So judging people for their situation is not going to help. In my post yesterday, I addressed it. I said, I think her name is Tiziana. You know how many girls are like that out there?
Yeah.
And I always, my
That's
thought,
a real tragedy.
really
Yeah.
would go back to the community setting, Sherrod. In Georgetown, there are a lot of NGOs, there is government focus, and so there's a lot more help happening there. But when you go into the communities like West Berbice, Region 6, East Bank and so on, you go on the Sus Dyke Highway. We did some work in Mocha Arcadia the other day. It's troubling what the people tell you was happening in their communities. And I have to circle this back. The government's effort is not in the communities that need this kind of support. It's not there.
Wow. Wow, that's something.
Yes.
I think
That's something
Natasha's
there.
audio may be broken up a little bit. Let's just try to adjust that. But we did, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did mention it was yesterday, I believe, that what we would notice is that the more outlying areas need the attention the most, because those cases are rampant there. It's absolutely crazy. So we definitely need to make sure that that we give support to who needs the support, So
Because
very,
try to
very
get-
sad
try to get,
situation.
Natasha's mic better.
Yes.
But what Judy says, and I love what Natasha says, both men and women, this issue really truly has to affect
Yeah.
and got to be part of the process.
We can't get anywhere. We can't get anywhere.
Who's making a boo-boo here?
Guys, you're not gonna mind me this morning. Oh my goodness.
Who's making a big boo-boo?
It's me. This doesn't happen to her.
This has never happened to me before. Trust me.
Go ahead.
As we come back, let's hope it's not as visible as I think. Yes, but the discussion needs to be had, and I think that yesterday I said it. I said that I'm hoping to see more focus groups being out there and so forth, having the discussions, going to the areas where it matters and so forth. And as I remember one time, as I think it was back in 2017, I actually had a discussion when it comes to gender-based violence, and I did a production at a barbershop, because I can't remember where this barbershop was, but the guys were very accommodating and so forth. But basically, because there's a lot of men gathering there, and all the discussions were being had there, so the discussion was on point, and it was a good production. I think I need to push forward that production again, because they were having the talks about how they view domestic violence and all of those things, gender-based violence, to be exact. So we have a lot of work to do.
While we speak about the men's involvement in situations like this, we have to pay a lot of attention to our young girls.
Yeah.
What's happening in the secondary schools?
The education.
Right, the 15 to, I think they leave us about 16 or so on. Or we can go back, let's say grade 9 or third form, to fifth form and sixth form. You might be very surprised at the level of violence meted out to girls at that age in their homes and in schools. It's one of the perspectives I want to put on the table. It is happening. They don't talk. The peer pressure at that level is a serious issue. Parents are unable to deal with it at that point. But we must understand that what they see happening in the home is what they accept as their standard. And so how mommy and daddy behaves at home is what they accept. And they go out, and that's what their standard is. Now, if these are young people, and this young lady, and it breaks my heart. They're so young. They weren't given an opportunity to start a family and so on. And all of this has been happening. Sherrod, it didn't start 2 years ago. It was in him longer. It just manifests itself now. And in that girl, did we take time as a community where she lived to reach out? Do you know what's happening with your neighbors? They're walking out looking so, peaceful down the road, but do you know what they hold inside? And women, they have a way of holding it in. The abuse right? And then it manifests in one situation. So I want to make a call as women. Sharon, stay out of this. As women, let us do a little bit more for each other. We do well at judging each other negatively. We do well as pulling each other down. But if we can, as Drita and I were talking last night, if we can be our sisters' keepers, if we give another woman an opportunity to just say, hey, Joyce, something bad happened last night, that might be a moment where you're able to save that one person.
Yeah.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
We have to go back to those days when in the communities we were all together and we nurture a child.
Yeah. We do. And Natasha's hitting all the right points this morning because, like I said, this is why we have to have the conversation with people like you, because this is your area of expertise. And, last night I was doing my own bit of reading because you want to look at this whole situation from a very balanced standpoint, because there's no way that you can achieve change if you don't attack it from all fronts. And one of the things that I did go through and I did remember is looking at men as allies in fighting gender-based violence, because you have to have men out there that is speaking to men. All right. And because the same way in which we can relate as women, men relate to each other, and they will be better able to deal with these situations in a different manner, because men and women are just wired differently, and that's just the truth. And so we have to have these discussions. I think one too many lives have been lost, and we need to push forward very aggressively in finding a platform and finding some avenue to create real change when it comes to what is going on here. So I want to thank Natasha for her comments there, but we're going to make sure that we pull her in all what's going on here.
Well, folks, we need to understand that we cannot rely on government to help with our community issues. We need to start at that point. So don't wait for the government initiative to come and roll out in Rosignol, in Blairmont, in Ithaca. You're not going to get it. So you have to band together as a community and see what can be done.
Yep. But guys, I'm gonna let Sheridan do as he's pleased right about now with what we're looking at.
Because last happening on the international stage, believe it or not, just overnight, the world lost Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the last Soviet leader. Saw the tearing down of the Berlin Wall in '89, folks. 1st of December.
Wow.
25th of December, rather, in '89. Here, Austin, making sure my date's right. I think it was December 25th, '89. The Berlin Walls came down. And we lost Mikhail Gorbachev, one of the great good leaders. And we had, as I did say, earlier on, since it's such a changing of the guards as such, whether locally or internationally. And who come next is a worry. It's a real worry. So that's part of what we are seeing on the international scene.
I think it's also the death anniversary of Princess Diana, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So we have a lot to look at there. There's certain persons that is leaving that has left a legacy behind.
Yeah. Some people are happy to see them go. But in local things we're following, GCOM never fails us. Never fails us. They're telling us local government looks likely on February 13th, but not 14th.
That's about Thursday.
February 14th and done.
Significant. We're all in love on the 14th.
While we're out, while we're out anyhow.
They might push us to the 14th.
I can see
then they're going to say it's not political colors we wear. People just celebrating Valentine's Day.
Take your loved one to the pole, like I say, on Valentine's. Right? Keep your loved one to the pole on Valentine's. Sorry. Take your loved one to the pole on Valentine's. I can see it now. The tagline for GCOM.
All love.
All love. It's all love. One love.
One love. One Guyana.
GCOM thing. I enjoy
I don't know.
GCOM, but I know that there is they're saying CEO's proposing February 13th, right? Because CEO probably have plans for February 14th.
But I know they've asked him to rework his timeline.
January.
Yes.
They've asked him to bring it to January. This is after they say they're going to have it late this year.
I know that they know that he's a magician. I know. So he's going to rework his work plan to come back to January. The wickedness.
Yeah. Too much. It's too much.
But you know why they're trying to rework it for January, right?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Sherrod. You know what's February? February is PPP's budget month.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want to be dealing with local government elections at that point.
Yep.
Yes.
People going
Yeah, throw it out there, Joe.
rebel at the polls when they see no salary, no increase in wage and salary for the summer. It will happen. They will be not.
I think it should be right there on the 30th, you know. Leave it right there on the 30th. Let them come to the National Assembly on the 3rd and start to say that this is what we're planning for.
We got
no
Ashton
increase
did
in
the
public
10-hour
service.
speech. No increase, but vote PPP. Right?
Oh,
Give you a good poll.
Somebody from LSA, drink a tea, Sherrod.
Yes. Thanks for Mel. Yeah. Drink it.
So guided. So guided.
So guided.
It's crazy, but also I think I did read in the press this morning, and I just want to just make note when it comes to GCOM, the GCOM was asked actually to submit the documents that the opposition submitted when it comes to persons that were overseas.
I wonder why. Like everything now lined up at immigration. They said they didn't find these people. I wonder why. Like everything's now lined up at GRO's office. They said these people didn't really dare. The truth is COVID now killed them. You know?
Instead of working on the passport issues, the scarce passports, you know, they got lines lining up. So another set of line up at immigration.
They're looking back, you know, you know, so they want the records. You know, it's like so many things happening. The same folks, they're fighting 2 petitions in the court.
Yeah.
Right? You got the starting a COI, plus they got all these cases, court cases on electoral fraud and so on. Now, separate from all that, right? They want these things, you know. It's interesting. It's interesting.
The difference.
Yeah. No doubt they can send Todd to pick it up.
And when all of this is going on, mind you, I see Gail Teixeira, none other than Gail Teixeira, out making her mark, leaving that legacy that she has to be left. And making her mark, saying that
which is what
there should be person should investigate threats against the GCOM chair. But I think it was you, Sherrod, that in 2020. No, I think it was you that posted a video showing none other than I think it's Josh Kanai is his name, if I'm not mistaken.
The good doctor.
That was gleeful in his in the way in which he spoke about breaking down the door and the chair looking frail.
Are we gonna pick up that for a podcast?
Well, let's look at it.
Yeah, lest we forget. Lest we forget.
Yeah, because you have to give these people reminders. And this is time you ask, where were you, Gail?
Yes. Those were being broken. Chances are Gail pushing along herself. Going back last.
She don't do a long time now.
That's the doors Gail pushing down.
But Sherrod, I really like the term you coined last night in introducing Gail.
Well, it's a fella. It's one of our
viewers are very
they give us that one. It's a take it just
linguistics is their area of special.
Guyanese are really creative.
People, you know? Very much so.
I think that was Carpenter Boy Trutello. That's his word.
We are creative people. You can't get rid, even though there's absolutely nothing happening.
But like so well.
Yes, there's absolutely nothing in the developmental plans for culture in Guyana. We are a creative set of people.
You see, we are who we are.
We are who we are, and the people who is this, the who they be.
Like, you know, you have to just breathe, you know.
Yes. Don't breathe
Good
today.
Lord.
Don't breathe today. I see somebody send my Apple iPad or something. See Sharon the Apple. So. Paul Chung says, this is the president of the Private Sector Commission, and more can be done to enhance transparency and accountability.
Oh God, where was he all the time?
You know?
Where were
you? You know?
He just wake up.
Yeah. We've been talking about these things all the time.
All the time.
The mere fact they say more can be done, which means that we got deficit.
Yeah.
If there's still capacity for more transparency, more accountability.
Something happening and ruffling the feathers.
Yes. Or they're looking for something, so they come and start singing, you know? More transparency And I'm
Yeah.
going to be like,
That I can't say there wasn't any, you know,
like
it's gonna look
without
bad.
glasses, like Jeff Paulus without the glasses.
Our airfront come back swimming.
See,
I'm doing more now. I'm doing more now. I'm gonna put these bodies in place.
yeah,
You know?
I'm gonna bring the NRF board. I'm gonna find them finally, right?
Yeah.
We only just spent 80 billion without the thing, but better late than never. They come back now. Right, so we're coming down there. Paul says we need more transparency. You know,
What to tell him, Paul?
what will we do with
Yeah.
a private sector commission like this one?
You know,
Tell us, Rita, tell us. Tell us what we're doing.
I believe I don't know what level of reaching out or what level of activism that the private sector commission had when it comes to strengthening small and medium scale businesses and being the spokespersons for them when it comes to development and making sure that they get their share of the corn as well, and they have the opportunity to be a part of that process of benefiting from the wealth that is being distributed in our country. But until I see those things, you know, I haven't we haven't seen those. Let me just leave it as that. We haven't seen those. So we have a long way to go.
And while them boys aren't going no place in a hurry, with this accountability and transparency business, Edward Broom says his wife and him celebrating 54 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Congrats to you and the missus.
Yep.
Wow, 54 years.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
I hope you all find something nice to do to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Whole week.
54 years, you know?
Mhm.
54 years. I can only imagine. You know that song?
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
It's a long time, boy. It's a long time. While on that front, these folks that look like they get a short tenure. Not sure it's true. One board member sworn in, and all excepting one. You know.
It was the speech to me.
Yeah.
It was a speech to me. The speech that says these non-political persons.
Yeah.
Who's my friend to Irfan's right?
Yeah. You got Joe Singh, he's political. You got Dookie, political as well.
To his right.
Not your right. I just got who political. What's her name?
There's no Barrows.
No,
That's not Caroline.
Caroline Rodriguez, former Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Oh, she's not. She's not political.
She's not she political close to me.
No.
It's very rarely political for them. And then we got former Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Dr. Campton Board, who was also the former president of the Caribbean Development Bank.
Yeah.
He's there too. But you know, 80 billion has already been spent from the fund.
Over 80 billion.
Right? I guess necessity is there. What word? Yeah? Necessity.
But Jared, if they were not pressured, this didn't just come because they wanted it to happen, you know. They were pressured into doing this.
Yeah. But they couldn't pressure Lamy. You understand? They couldn't pressure Lamy. When Lamy look at the corruption in this country, he said,
I'm out here.
You understand? Because say my good name, which is the madness, racism and emerging apartheid state. And you know, when you read what the US has been saying, equal distribution of wealth and that kind of stuff, then you put in Lamy on the board for you, bring you down home.
And Anna Gordon is asking an important question there.
Tell us.
Can the board be trusted?
But they have to prove their own worth. You know, they have to prove their own worth because at this point in time, you really look to see if these bodies are going to function the way in which they should function.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to call them out if things are being done and they are not speaking as to what part they played in the process. Because they're not there for style. It's not for a show. It's for actual work to be done.
Yeah.
You're there. You're mentioning persons about a natural resource fund board. Also the persons for
I
the
would love
oversight
to
and accountability committee. You know, well,
I would have loved to see Christopher Ram there, maybe. Young
the
Mahadio.
technical experts. We wanted to see the technical experts, you know, some people that have a lot of credibility to their name.
Yeah.
You know, what's wrong when we talk about the Public Accountability and Oversight Committee?
Yeah.
Oversight.
How much time will Rodriguez have, you know?
Come on, you know.
With our UN
What's
role
wrong
and so
with
on.
those around, you
How
know?
much time?
Come on. What's wrong with those people? Did they ask him?
Right.
Did he say no? What?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
that have merit.
Independent of
Yep.
thought. Oh, that's what's wrong with them.
That is the problem.
Oh, only deliberate judgment. That's what's wrong with them. Yeah. I remember one of the most incredible things I heard Joseph say, he never voted. Never voted. Right? He said he wanted to.
It was a good morning until he said that.
He wanted to show he was objective as GCOM commissioner. He never voted. It's interesting. You managing an organization that deals with voting, and you never vote.
I think those
You see,
You don't exercise your own democratic right.
a county.
Yeah.
But for those persons, I believe that we have to get to a place in this country that when you're selecting persons like those people, that it's a process that which they go before both before parliamentarians, elected representatives in the House, and they answer the basic questions and to see, let us go forward with that. And I'm saying that's where we need to head. That's the direction we need to go in, because you just can't be sitting at home.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
You know.
They are kind of democracy. Kind of
I'm in
rigorous.
wrong country. I'm in
Wrong country. You go up north. Right, go by David Lammy. David Lammy, I bring you down, you know. You have to
Right.
Yeah. It's, and this is the fun telling the nation yesterday afternoon, stumbling through, fumbling through, bumbling through, why Lammy is no longer interested in them and the NRF for the done spend of 80 billion.
I would like to see Lamy respond to what Irfan said yesterday.
I think that's why he was truth. So it's very careful.
I think stumbled through.
Picking car and through, stumbling through, fumbling through, bumbling through. Yep, if not.
Let me make some early clarifications. In our initial list of persons announced for the Board of Directors of the Natural Resource Fund, you would know that we had Mr. David Lammy. As we all know, the circumstances in the environment in which he's operating has changed. And due to changes in his requirement at home in the UK, he asked us not to have him play a part on this board at this time, because it would not be in keeping with what his priorities are in the UK. As a result of that, we were able to have an excellent replacement, a man of great international stature, regional stature, a Guyanese who we are all very proud of, in Professor Compton Bourne, the former president of the Caribbean Development Bank.
So the fallback and Bourne, you know, past Bourne before, now the fallback.
Yeah.
Fallback and Bourne. Of course, he's retired knowing a lot of people today. So he makes some money.
Let's just hope that he stands by integrity alone.
But Bourne lives overseas.
Yes, Professor Bourne.
Carlin lives overseas. And in the Hadlami, he lives overseas too. So
It's an overseas
it's overseas.
It's probably a virtual board, don't worry. They meet virtually. And so.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's quite a thing. Quite a thing to see that. Stumbling through, he got things he want to do home. Right? I don't know. I don't think Lammy's a minister. Is he a minister? No, he's an MP. But he got things. Can't dispute that.
Well,
I got things to do myself.
He has plans. That's what's important. And he cannot afford for his future to be disrupted by that nonsense.
And one of our Lammy is a person who stands against racism. Somebody commented that just now. It's, it's difficult to get somebody who has taken that stand all their life to now enter into something that is as glaring as racism in Guyana and make a meaningful contribution. Sometimes you got to decide, this is who I am, and I'm not going to tarnish that, not for any amount of money in the world.
Correct. And I can imagine when the UK heard he was going to think, imagine the UK ambassador said, "Somebody stupid."
You know what's going on there.
Don't pull a child here. Have some respect for yourself.
Yes.
You know you're getting into the.
I don't know why the audio is breaking up every now and again.
Or it's their devices.
It's them boys. It's them boys.
I don't know. It could be your device. Well, the right side's breaking up. We've checked in the back end this side. I'm breaking up too. I like biscuit now.
Is my voice breaking up? I don't.
Yeah.
Let us just see if it is. If
Yeah.
it is
Or,
correct.
Oh, you're really breaking up.
or
Folks,
is it
we don't
mine?
know what's causing that.
Mhm.
But we gotta take another look at it, guys. We gotta take another
Yes.
look at it.
One
Right.
second.
Go right ahead, Judah. I think
One
we might
second.
need you. Go right ahead. What else do we have?
All right, so we just
I'm gonna
spoke
run off a
about
second.
we just spoke about the Natural Resource Fund board members being sworn in there, and guys, we did mention what is going on in region number 7, and I have to say that at this point, as it is being reported right now, we're taking this report of the Star of News. Etteringbang is in urgent need of medical supplies following the flooding, and very, very, very serious stories we're hearing coming out from those folks at living in Etteringbang there in region number 7, and it says that the urgent of medical supply and assistance after severe flooding made the community inaccessible. And it said at this time, this is quoting directly a message that was sent to the regional chairman, Kenneth Williams, there. And the message said, at this time, our community needs medical assistance to help with these patients. We only had 2 bottles of fever medicine. You know, there are no antibiotics or medication to treat newborn babies. This is the message that is coming out from the residents living there. It is absolutely crazy. I don't know what is going on, but it's crazy. I see Williams also told Starbuck News that the doctor was unable to travel to the area due to the airstrip being underwater. This had made the mining community inaccessible. So we know of the flooding situation. We know directly what is happening there. And I have to say again, this is not the first time there were flood situations in the area, and it's absolutely ridiculous at this time that there was absolutely no plan in place. And there we have all of the nonsense to accompany what is going on in healthcare in our country. Persons' lives are at risk. And again, I'm going to say this, the more in the hinterland you go, the more to the remote locations that you go to, the more that you visit the indigenous communities, you will understand better the level of neglect from this administration when it comes to healthcare in those areas. Absolutely appalling. They don't care about the people. They treat those people just one level higher than an animal.
I just hope that when we come back from parliamentary break in October, that Master Nadir will bring the no confidence motion against the Minister of Health, Frank Anthony, so that we can debate that motion and let the world know what is happening with our health sector. The Etteringbang is just one community, one of our hinterland communities that is affected at this point in time because of flooding. But you can imagine a health center saying that they only have 2 fever medicine.
Yeah.
It's probably Panadol or
no antibiotics.
Yes.
Floods of entire place flooded, no antibiotics, and absolutely no medicine to treat newborns. This is the reality of those persons there. The administration knows that if the place floods, the airstrip is going to flood. They will not be able to access it via airplane. So they must have means of getting there to deal with the people. It's not an excuse to say you can't access the area. You know, leave people to die. You know what are you saying to these people? And you're going to go to them and say, "Oh, vote PVP."
Yeah,
Love you.
yes,
Vote PVP,
yes,
you know?
yes.
They're
And-
going to go to that community and say, "Oh, we spent billions of dollars on you. You know, vote PVP. We love you."
And you know, I've always said that we will bring the facts to you. We will give you credible information, and one of our responsibility as parliamentarians is to bring the information to you, because at some point in time, you will have to make a decision.
Trying to get the audio right, guys.
You will have to make that decision.
Yeah.
And we will come to you and we will remind you of these issues and we will ask you to make that decision. You know, it's not an easy thing to go into the hinterland communities. You have to go. You have to leave your nice, comfortable office, and you have to go and see how those people are making a living. It's sometimes they make living with very, very little, and they don't complain. So when you see reports like this in the media, know that it's a really terrible situation.
Yeah.
And what one sector of
These
our
people don't
communities
complain like
benefit
that.
exactly
They don't complain like that.
unless it's really bad.
Yep.
You have to be somebody who would visit the communities and see for yourself. And I have to circle this back. Pauline is saying there's absolutely nothing more that government can do. I mean, a no confidence motion against Pauline should have been, right there that day.
I feel like carrying it. I can speak all day on that. Me alone, just so worrying. I want to take that.
But Pauline is in her nice fancy office in Thomas Street there. So she can just stand up on a podium and tell people there's nothing more government can do. I don't know how she feels now that Irfan went to Region 9 to give the people $1 million, while she in the ministry saying, we can't do more for you.
Well, he didn't give them no money yet, so I'm still waiting to see that. My position is he's going to direct the money to his friends and
Families, yes.
Who's doing the actual business,
I made a few calls yesterday. And
tell me what those calls say.
Yes. Miss Lewis, I gotta go to the post office to collect this money. Did you send this money? Miss Lewis, don't make joke. You know they ain't gonna give you no money. As serious as that is, because we have our constituency and you got to check in, it's taxpayers' money. It's not the PPP money. It's taxpayers' money. So when it's being distributed, it must be distributed equitably, not one set of people, no friends and family, it must be across the board.
You must not, one of the things that I believe, because my contention is because I know the PPP and the way in which they operate. I know they have zero intention of putting $1 million in any one of those persons' hand. That's what I know of them. Yes. I mean, they have to shock me to my core and prove me wrong. Right? Yes. So because I know how they operate, there is nothing that is telling me that they are not going to actually formulate a plan that is going to say that, identify some persons, some businesses in the region that supplies building material and say, well, you do up your plan and so forth, and you take it into them. They give you the quotation, whatever, and then you come and we write a check and send to them.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's telling me differently. Nothing. I swear to you, there's nothing that's telling me differently. And like I said, I'm hoping that they shock me. Let's see. Let's hope that they shock me with something different.
You want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes,
I want to.
They keep disappointing me, but I'm like an Amazon Warriors fan.
You had to go there, Jerita. You had to go there. That's a blow below the belt.
We gotta keep the faith.
Yes, we got. Yeah, okay. All right.
I know these people. They're not interested in sending money. They're not interested.
All right. So Sherrod Lerner says the sound is a little better.
Awesome.
Thanks, Lorna.
Thank you so much, Lorna. Technical persons there on the other side of the screen.
I went to the other side. It's me. It's me.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So finally, folks, we discussed on the program.
Well, we're talking about Ezra Man, and Sherrod, I just want you to know that what's his name?
Who?
Leslie Ramsamy.
He's an Edinburgh?
He said that that it was a coalition that caused the mess at New Amsterdam Hospital.
I read that this morning, and I'm asking. I actually sent the article to the former RHO for Region 6. I said, I know you're not in the system anymore, but this requires a response.
Yes.
Ramsamy can't get away. It's the IDB's money. And they've done whatever they wanted with it. The mess is there. New Amsterdam Hospital is a hot mess. And after 2 years, you can't come and blame the coalition. What did you do in 2 years? Where's the money?
All the billions.
Yes.
Billions.
Same thing that they were doing, the same thing that they did with sugar.
Yeah. While we're on that, folks, finally this morning, the issue we've been covering for the last 2 or 3 weeks, the Dion Bascom debacle. Debacle. It's all those things. And today we're learning.
Father, pray for them.
Yes. Yes, guys.
We learning things.
My goodness.
We learning things.
And today we're speaking specifically to the fact of the $200 million that we saw there. The lawsuit of $2 million. They're being and basically Bascom is being sued by I think Mohammed directly for the allegations that was put out there against him. So this has been quite like I said, a web.
And the allegation is that Ashley Mohammed utilizing agent or agents to murder people shorts. Ricardo Fagundes. That's the allegation. That was the investigation in which this guy Mark Richmond, an agent of Muhammad's, was being investigated for that gunning down of Ricardo Fagundes.
I saw something online. I just want to mention that at this point in time, I saw something online. I saw a video that someone took out video when Mr. Bascom was signing that he's received, that is purported to be that of Mr. Bascom signing to say that he received these documentation, and for me at that point you understand the level of intimidation to that is being meted out to Dion Bascom at this point in time. I have never heard anywhere in the court of law that they send persons around to do that. When you are serving someone, to have somebody over the road taking out a video or something like that. So it goes to show, it adds up to why Dion Bascom is in dire need of witness protection.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because what I saw there was very disturbing.
As a matter of fact, as you're on that, the reports are telling us that his lawyer is written to Irfan Ali a second time.
I was just going to ask,
Yeah.
did he get the letter this time?
Well, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, because this
Meant to
is
be known.
basically saying it's either who took the video. I don't know. It was not disclosed who took the video, but it clearly shows that persons are staking out this man's home.
Wow.
That's what it showed. That it's
Wow.
evident based on that video that was put up there that persons are staking out this man's home. And I don't know what they intended to accomplish, but that by that video being put out there. But that's the only thing I can gather from the video being there, that the man's home is being staked out.
Yeah.
And that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
But the man himself has said that, and he wouldn't just, come off and say, I need witness protection. There must be some need.
gravity
He
of the
must
accusations,
know what's
gravity
happening. Yes.
of the allegations. Yep.
Yes.
Demands it. And I remember the attorney, Nigel Hughes,
Yeah.
from Hughes Fields and Sobey, said that the act of itself stipulates the Whistleblower Act that the folks should be, well protected
Yeah.
until the veracity of their statements can be ascertained.
Yeah.
But, with the fire bill, no logic here in this country.
No.
And this is just another time.
Yeah.
It's another time.
No.
Yeah.
I see this matter going to the CCJ.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That being said, folks, that being said,
That being
I
said,
think that's our time for today. I think that's our time.
That's our
the
time. That's our time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cross the chutes and all. Yeah. Have a fantastic day, folks. We're so happy Natasha joined us this
well,
morning.
thank
Yes.
you.
Brought a little,
Thank you.
a little more flavor
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
to the table.
Valued.
Yeah.
You know,
More flavor.
Sharad, we should go have breakfast. Never
I
mind.
think we should.
Never mind. We're suspended and
Yeah, honorable suspended.
and we get money
Yeah,
now.
I was about, I was
Yeah,
about
money.
if I could next
Sharon, please share the tennis roll with Natasha.
Yeah, dry that and black tea. Folks, again,
Oh
we're
my
the
God.
end of the month. We got to keep these programs going.
Yes.
And we ask for your support, that you partner with us so we can keep things moving on. You all know we're on Zelle and PayPal and Cash App and MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union. You all know the thing, folks. 627-6963 is the number you're going to want to WhatsApp if you need any additional guidance. Partner with us so we can keep going. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good day.
God knows the salary won't do this, man.
It's the end of the month, we don't have any more leeway when it comes to that. So
Yeah.
make sure you partner with us.
Stay
That's
safe,
it.
guys.
Have a good day, guys.
Final word goes to our guests.
Folks, it is more than what we expect in terms of the troubles that we have been going through. And you guys know that it's important that we come to you every single day. And so whatever you can do in your own little way, $5, $1, $2, $20, ensure that you make the effort to do that today. You help us to ensure that credible information comes to you every single day in the morning, at the midday, and in the evening. We're here to serve you. Have a good day, folks.